So, Jacob Friis, finally the day is here and you've been announced as the new head coach for the Finnish national team. How does that feel?
Wonderful. I feel proud, I feel privileged, and I feel a lot of energy to get started. So it's a good day for me and hopefully also for Finnish football.
What were the specific things that made you want to take this job?
I think I said it in the press conference as well. First of all, as a coach, it's a privilege to being able to get to work with the best players in Finland, get the best players together and try to perform with them. That's very interesting and an honor as a coach. Then after I had the talks with several people in the FA here, I got even more excited and got this desire to, together with them, to hopefully take Finnish football from a good place to an even better place. Because I think we share a lot of common values, human as football-wise values. So that's why I think it's a good match, and that's why I'm happy to be here.
Were there anything during the discussions with the FA that you wanted to be sure of, or did you have anything that you wanted to be sort of certain of before you put your name in the paper?
No, nothing specific. No, the biggest worry for me was that when the day comes, I have to be here and say 22 Finnish names, and I'm not sure I pronounce it right. That's my only concern. But that's more selfish of me because I need to improve the Finnish a bit. But no, the serious part of your question, no. And I think at least that my way of approaching the job, when you're with good people, you communicate, you are clear, you're honest, then these, maybes you are talking about, they will not appear in the same amount as if you are not making and having a good communication.
About your tactical and philosophical approach, what things are important to you that you want to implement to the team?
Yeah, I think also try to explain it. It sometimes requires a bit more time, but it's about, again, as a coach, as a leader, being clear. So you get the players on board and they are clear on what we are aiming for on the pitch. If they are comfortable, that's just like your job. If you're comfortable in your job, you will also be the best version of yourself. And that's my aim, together with the Finnish players, to do that. Then when it comes down to break down the game in the different phases, it's about mastering this and succeed with it on the pitch. And it can be everything. It can be brilliant, good box defending, good defending, but can also be high pressure where you succeed. It can be final third entries where you succeed. And the more things in a game you have control of, then you will also get a good game picture, which for you guys on the outside, where you can sit and say, wow, there's something working here. If you're not controlling any of these phases and you're not performing well, then you will understand, sit and say, wow, they are not playing very well. So it's about mastering the different phases of the game and getting the players on board.
How much does the sort of the evaluation of the pool of players you have go into the decisions that you will be making tactically later on?
Can I get that question again?
Evaluation of the sort of the players' abilities. How does that go into into your tactical approach?
I think it's the finest job for a coach is to put the right 11 players together, or the right 20 players, field players together, so we have the right mixture. Again, the right mixture, so we can achieve what I just talked about. That's the most important, and this is where my next many hours, next weeks, next month, is the most important, is to get the full overview of the players and their skills and the current shape, because it's also about being able to perform in 2 games in short time. So we also hopefully have players that come in and are in a good flow. It's also a part of this, making the right choices for the right team.
In the national team, obviously, you don't have the days, the months that you have in a club. So how will you use the hours and days to sort of speed up that process? That when you go into the first game, you'll be ready, and the things you want to be seen on the pitch will be there.
I think as a club coach or a national team coach, especially as a national team coach, it's about being very clear, because you don't have that many trainings. You're not together many trainings before you have to play. So I think it's even more important about this clearness. So I have to be very clear and strong in that. And then we can communicate in many different ways nowadays. We can send clips, we can send video to each other. So you also have possibility to before they come in, then they have not a clear idea, but they're starting to have an idea of what we want to achieve as a team. And that comes in before we are together, when we are together, but also after we're together.
You mentioned you won't be making a revolution, but more changes. Have you had time to see any of Finnish national team games, and what did you see? What did you like? And did you see already in your coach's eyes that what you want to change?
Yeah, of course. I have seen already some. I have to see more. And then again, when you ask that question, it's about, for me, more what I am going to do and not change from what it has been before, because it will be the same as being critical of what happened before. There's been a lot of good things before. So my focus is more on what I am going to do and what expression we can make together. So that's my main focus.
So where do you see Finland in the football map? Like, where do you see the potential and what can be achieved?
I actually see a huge potential. That's also a part of being interested in the job, because I actually think we can hopefully also, my whole way of working is to get the best out of what we have, the best out of the material, and some would say try to overperform compared to other nations. So that's my finest job. And then again, now we talk today a lot of young players, but I would also have to mention, and a bit shame I didn't do that in a press conference, we have to remember Finland also have a lot of good experienced players. So it's about making the right mix between experience and upcoming young players. So we have to remember there are other things than just good young players in Finland. There are actually also a lot of experienced players.
You don't have the luxury of time before, obviously, the first game, but how do you see the coaching staff? It's important. So how do you see that forming, and what do you do? Are you planning on bringing colleagues from Denmark, or what's the plan at the moment?
We have some plans, but it's too early a stage to comment that officially. I already spoke with some members of the staff. I still miss to talk with some of them, and then it will be before the next gathering in March. Then we will hopefully have the right team put together.
Final question. So when someday you take another job and this sort of operation comes to an end, when you look back then, what do you think are the most important things that you can look back on it and think that was a mission accomplished?
If we went, while the time I have been here, we went to work every single day trying to achieve something, and we achieved something. That mindset of, not fearing of losing or not performing, but achieving something. If we get that, feeling into the players, and we actually also achieved something, that would be the perfect way of looking back. So it's the whole football nation of Finland. They were, hungry and wanting to achieve something. That's a mindset. If I leave that mindset behind, then that's for me very positive.